Madden. Here we go once again. Hey, yo, Madden. EA, do me a favor. Please eat ass. Please eat ass. 5 big changes confirmed for franchise mode in Madden 23. What don't y'all get? What don't y'all understand about what the people want? You've done it before. Just pull from a previous game. You can pull from Head Coach '09. You can say, look, since y'all complaining, we're going to give you everything in Head Coach '09. We just going to update it. Or you can do like 2K that's saying, look, we ain't going to give you no franchise mode. We going to give you a mode where you can do everything. And then you set your own restrictions. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about design your own arena. I'm talking about design your own uniforms. I'm talking about you can change every player and make his name whatever. Change his face. Change everything. Change the salary. Change everything. Make one person make $1. Every single thing you can think of. Every single thing. Madden, y'all just refuse to do anything of significance. Anything. Since y'all don't want to go to older games, since y'all don't want to actually make a good franchise mode, just make a mode where we can do anything. Where we can put pictures on our jerseys from the internet that we download, where you can have a community downloads and stuff like all that type of. Just let us do that. Let us design the arena. Let us do. Y'all just fucking refuse. The minimal amount of work is what y'all will do. Shout out to Eric Brayweather. Let's listen to this.
Let's talk about 5 big features that are confirmed for franchise mode in Madden 23. Now, I know EA Sports themselves have not put out a bunch of information yet or dove deep into franchise mode, but a couple of the bigger gaming websites have, and these are confirmed from EA Sports because a few weeks ago...
And this is a great sign. They didn't announce anything, but they've confirmed it from other websites. That's a perfect sign of saying, look, we don't give a fuck. Leak the information if you want to. We don't give a damn about franchise. We don't even want to work on franchise. We definitely don't want to be the ones to announce it.
They were down at EA Sports where they did a presentation. I was also there, so I can confirm that this stuff is indeed true. And while franchise mode has more than the things we're going over today, and they're going to be a lot deeper than what we're going to discuss today, I just want to kind of give you guys a bit of an early preview of what you can expect for franchise mode in this year's game based on the articles that were put out. Number 1 on the list is probably the biggest thing, and it is that they are overhauling the free agency period, an area of the game that is needed an overhaul.
Calm down, Chris. What does that mean? Because free agency makes no sense. What logic are you using? What's going to be different? Because every year, Madden says, oh, we're doing an overhaul. Oh, it's a brand new this. Oh, it's a brand new that. And the shit be exactly the same. Y'all just be, anytime Madden uses words like overhaul or whole new or all new, they fucking lying.
Many years. If you remember back to the glory days of Madden, the free agency period was a lot more hectic. Players weren't always the easiest to sign at times. Sometimes they had certain demands, this, that, or the third. Well, now EA Sports is finally bringing that back, something they've been known to do over the years. They kind of drop something from the game, they try to redo things in the game, features get lost.
What? They drop things from the game and try to redo them? Who would have thought?
And then eventually they bring them back. Well, the free agency overhaul is finally back, and from what I can remember, it looks better than the old system that we had even in the glory days, but how EA implements it and how it works is always going to be the thing that we don't know until we play it. Last year when they introduced the scouting update, it looked great, but it had its issues,
Last year, y'all was promoting shit that wasn't even in the game when the damn game dropped.
Didn't really deliver the way everybody wanted it to. Here's a piece of a Game Informer article that talks more about the free agency period. It says here, going into any free agent interaction, players have new
motivations. Motivations are unique reasons why players want to sign with particular teams. For example, a star wide receiver might want to play alongside a franchise quarterback. If you happen to have a elite QB in your depth chart, your signs and blah, blah, blah. Other motivations include playing close to home, playing on a Super Bowl contender, or even playing in a state where there's no income tax. Let's see. This sounds good. Do you trust Madden to execute this? Realize these are words on the paper. How many words have we seen come out of Madden's mouth that have been pure bullshit? A whole new engine, yet in practice, I still see items in practice mode from the previous year.
Motivations and tags. Motivations offer unique reasons why players might want to sign with the purpose of signing that player. Go ahead.
Goodness gracious. Shout out to Eric too, because this is where I go to get my info.
I don't want to go too deep because I don't know exactly everything that I'm allowed to reveal. I'm just going to kind of go off of the stuff that's in the articles, but it goes even deeper than that in the certain things that players will want, and you'll kind of have something that would pop up on the screen like in the old days that kind of says what a player's most interested in, and it would kind of give you an idea of your chance of signing that player. Now, of course, there may be some players where you can kind of override this with money, but there's going to be some players that you just flat out cannot obtain because you don't have something that's very important to them. Now, the GameSpot website also broke some of this down too, and in their article,
let's see how that works. I have zero faith in that.
It says here, another new wrinkle is how the free agency period plays out. Unfolding in stages has long been the case, but Madden 23 will now limit your available contract offers within each stage. An example GameSpot was given suggested the initial free agency period would allow each team to make up to 5 offers, but no more than that. In subsequent stages during the free agency period, more offers will be available. This is meant to ensure players don't thoughtlessly throw money around.
Now, this is one thing that was from head coach 09. They did something like this. Now, if y'all could just do everything else like this and make this work.
Even though the Jaguars do in real life. So essentially what the new system is doing is not only is it making it harder to sign players because you might need to have certain things that motivate that player to sign with you, but also you can only offer so many contracts at a time, which I think is meant to more so simulate that you can't just go out and get everybody you want. You have to be pretty strategic about who you go after, and you might not want to waste your time trying to convince someone to come to your team if the motivations aren't really as strong with that player to sign with you. Instead, you might go a little bit lower down to a lesser player that you know you definitely have a chance to sign because you don't want to miss out on him. And of course, in the later stages, you're going to be able to offer stuff to anybody because at that point, all the good players are gone, and now you just have to fill out the rest of your roster, so there obviously can't be a limit at that point. Now, once again, this goes even deeper than all of this, and EA is going to be breaking it down within the next week or two, so if you don't want to miss out on any of that information about franchise and everything else to do with Madden 23, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell.
Y'all need to for sure subscribe, because whether the info he putting out is bullshit, it ain't him. He ain't a developer. He does get out all that Madden information, so y'all need to subscribe to him to figure this shit out.
Icon on so that you don't miss my videos on that when they drop. We're trying to hit 500K before Madden 23 comes out, and if everybody watching just subscribed, we would hit that number today. Number 2 on the list are new player roles / tags. Now, I don't know which one they're officially calling it because some sites call them player roles, some sites are calling them player tags, but we kind of talked about this in the free agency portion of the video just a second ago, where different players will have different motivations, but it goes deeper than just the free agency period. Now, the free agency period is an area where it's going to definitely play a big factor because, again, a receiver might want to sign to a team with a top QB. A top player might want to sign with a Super Bowl contender. A player like Jarvis Landry, for example, that just signed with my Saints.
Okay, this is getting real boring. Like, can we just get on with it?
He wanted to come back home where he grew up and he played high school and college ball. But let's talk about how these player roles or player tags operate outside of the free agency period. There's tags such as franchise quarterback, which of course is going to help you in free agency, but where this is also supposed to help is with the draft logic of the CPU teams, which is an area that we know has needed a lot of work for.
This is my thing. This is what I want them to come out and say. Because a bunch of this shit they're saying, literally, I can see through it. There's not going to be any changes for real. Not for real. Not anything significant. I mean, these are small changes. Improve draft logic. Improve this. Y'all would have to tell me that y'all are destroying the whole city. It doesn't need to. Ron Moody said this perfectly. It doesn't need to be improved. It needs to be removed, and you need to start over again. There was a list on Reddit, on YouTube of everything that people wanted. Y'all never address that. Y'all always bring up this irrelevant shit that's at the bottom of everybody's list, and the shit that you know is gonna take effort to fix, you don't.
Years. If you have a QB with the franchise quarterback tag, that team should not be going out and looking to draft a QB high in the draft until that QB winds up not living up to that tag, and then he loses it because he's no longer considered a franchise quarterback. So if you drafted Trevor Lawrence, for example, until he proves that he
That's not true, because Aaron Rodgers was a backup quarterback. It was a franchise quarterback, and they drafted a quarterback high.
can't be the franchise quarterback in those early years, he's going to still have that tag because that's who he was drafted to be. There's also tags for some of those veteran players, which is going to be a mentor tag, which will help get additional experience and XP bonuses for players in their position group. So think of a guy maybe
XP bonuses. XP bonuses. This is franchise mode, man. This ain't Ultimate Team. This ain't the yard. XP bonuses. I don't give a shit about that. Take this shit out of franchise mode. Can we keep franchise mode pure?
like Tyrann Mathieu, again, talking about my Saints again, but he just signed with the Saints. He would probably be considered a mentor player, and he could help upgrade maybe the defensive backs, or even if it's just the safeties, he can help upgrade them more because he's that type of player that's been in the league, and he can help those guys. There's also a tag called award winner, which can heavily weigh how free agent negotiations with that player goes. If he is a Pro Bowler or a guy that's won an MVP, obviously he's going to want more money. Number 3 on the list is they are updating.
So that's just logic. So what was it? I'm about to cut this off because I'm reading this. What were we doing before, y'all? What were we doing before? Bruh. Contract updates. Where else is it? What were we doing before? This is my question. Because y'all saying
Didn't really land
logic, players who get on awards want more money, players who do this and that. What the hell was happening before? Because the way y'all talking, in previous years, we were operating on zero logic.
Because while it did give you a lot more to do, it gave you a little bit more freedom, and it gave you more information, it didn't always give you the right information, and that was a big problem. Going back to the Game Informer article, they said here, a large focus of last year's post-launch updates was the scouting system. While EA implemented welcome changes
to how you scope our college talent, that studio didn't quite get it right on the first attempt. It's scouting. It is scouting. It's something that should have been in a game since fucking 2000 probably. You didn't get it right on the first attempt. It's scouting. You've done it right before and you took it out the game. And you didn't even give us the updated version of it when the game dropped. The Madden team is taking what worked about last year and expanding it this year. Okay, I'm done with this video because, y'all, this happens every year. Every year, they hype y'all up about something, and then the next year, they apologize. Every year, they hype you up about something, and then the next year, they apologize for it not working. I guarantee you, next year, they're going to be apologizing for the same shit they telling you right now. Or they're going to be getting aggravated talking about, what more do you guys want? We gave you player tags. Bitch, ain't nobody asked for that. Oh, my goodness. Let me know how y'all feel about this, bro. I'll holler at y'all later.